Good morning, it's time. It's the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Listen, coming up on today's show, all things are possible when they're even told to be impossible. Rocky Simmons is in the house and he's talking about the Impossible Scholarship Fund. And also, Dr. Miller is helping us getting on our mark, getting set, and we're about to go. Your coffee cups are up, your pinkies are out. It's time to get lamped. Good morning.
Here we go. Jeffrey Lampkin. Everybody get up. Say what? Everybody get up. Come on. With Jeffrey Lampkin. Motivation, inspiration, educating new revelation. With Jeffrey Lampkin. Entertainment just for you. Smiling out 'cause God loves you. Jeffrey Lampkin. Somebody turn the lamp on.
Cannon & Graves is a proud sponsor of the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Located at 1837 Wilson Road in Newberry, Cannon & Graves has the perfect certified used car for you. Their extensive inventory has something in every price range, and they can get everyone financed, regardless of credit. All cars come with a warranty to give you the peace of mind you deserve. Come see Steve and Reggie and find your new car at Cannon & Graves.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Listen, put your coffee cups down. Listen, we're talking all things education and the faith world. And I'm excited because, you know, a lot of times in education, we think that a lot of things are impossible to do, impossible to accomplish. But here is someone who is here today to tell you that the impossible can truly become possible when you pay your money, put some music together and some other things, and then allow people to walk in the calling that God has given them. I'm excited because my boy Rocky is in the house. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing good.
First of all, y'all know I got to stop because I love fashion when I see it. Let me just clap my hands right here. Come on here. Come on here, blazer. Come on. I just want y'all to know I'm going to find this blazer. Rocky, how are you?
I'm doing good. About you?
I'm doing really good.
That's
it's
good.
really good to see you back again on the couch. People, well, listen, the people love you. The people love you. The people absolutely love you, and they love what you're doing. Your mission of giving back. And I think one of the things that impresses me, I remember a viewer the last time that you were on the show, someone saying, he's so young, and because you're in college and you're doing your thing, it's like, why is he trying to help other people? But knowing your story, and share with the viewers, for those new viewers who haven't had the opportunity to hear your story, give them a brief synopsis because I want to go into another spin this year.
Okay, well, my senior year in high school, my mother passed, and you know, after that, I actually graduated school early, so I went on to college and found out, you know, that money is kind of shaky when you get up to the college level.
Money's a little funny.
Yes, and I wanted to kind of just do something for my community and actually help other teens like myself with funds to go to school with, so they won't have to worry about the burden of paying for tuition and books and housing and food and all that great stuff. So I used the issue with my mother to reach out and just help other teens like myself.
And I think one of the things that really enlightens me most about this situation is the fact that it's not just that he's doing a scholarship benefit and honoring the memory of your mom and going forward, but I think the biggest part about this is the fact that you're telling people that the impossible is possible with God.
That's right.
That it is possible. But I think the other, like the wild thing about this is that having the Impossible Scholarship and the fact that you have needs, because you're not only in college, you were left taking care of
Three sisters.
How's that going?
It was kind of rough, but it's going good. It's an adjustment. It is.
And you have a great support system.
Yes, thank God. I have, you know, support of my grandparents and my aunts and a whole lot of cousins and everything. But it's been an adjustment.
Wow.
It's been an adjustment, but it's been good.
Talk to us a little bit about the Impossible Scholarship. How did we get to this particular point?
Well, actually, it came, actually, at nighttime, that's when I have my time to just think and relax, and I do worship every night before I go sleep.
Come on here. Listen.
Oh
Ain't no more, as I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. We going into worship. Be in the bed just hallelujah. Yes, Lord. Clap your hands fast right there and going forward.
Yes, and it actually got the idea just laying there, and I actually held on it for a while, and actually went out to eat with one of my friends and told them I did, and they was like, that's a great idea, you should do it. And it kind of just birthed from there, and I just, after that, just got connected with great people.
Yeah.
And every year it's been a blessing. I've been able to award recipients a scholarship to go to school.
And here's the thing, here's the thing I want y'all to understand. Not only are you doing a scholarship program, but you're bringing some of the biggest acts in gospel music to South Carolina. And I'm excited because my brother, my friend, and shout out to him on this morning, one of the greatest, and his new album is actually Anything Can Happen, or Anything Is Possible. I can't remember Jonathan, forgive me, but Jonathan Nelson, Stellar Award winner, is going to be here on April 22nd. You're going to do the benefit concert. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, on April 22nd in Orangeburg, South Carolina at Kingdom Life Ministries, I will be having my 4th annual Impossible Scholarship Foundation benefit program. And on that night, we will have, like he said, Jonathan Nelson, Miranda Willis, Ladessa Brown, Francis Marion University Choir.
Come on, yes, FMU going to be in the house. And shout out to Miranda. That's my girl coming from good old Atlanta area. So it's going to be an awesome time. Keep going.
Yes, and also Christian Williams from right here from Columbia, from Bible Way of Atlas Road.
Shout out to her because she actually just went to the Apollo, and so she's got all that going on. Just a fantastic vessel and a fantastic vocalist as well.
Yes, and that will be the lineup for that night on April 22nd.
And one of the things I want to share, because y'all know I keep it real on the show. I don't allow anything to become fake. We're doing this not for a free concert, not free will offering or anything of that nature. Not come and whatever you can, reach in your pocketbook and give us $5. That's not what we're doing. It's about raising money, but the money is for an excellent cause. It's for scholarship. It's for sending people to school so they can have book money, or they can have that, because a lot of times you may get a grant or you may get some type of loan, but sometimes the loans, the subsidized and the unsubsidized loans, those federal Stafford loans, for those of you that are familiar with the college process, you're able to get, but then sometimes you don't have enough. You need just a little bit.
That's right.
And you have to get a private loan, but why get a private loan when you have people like Rocky Simmons who's saying, you know what? Let's get this scholarship going. What's the criteria for the scholarship?
Well, the criteria is very, very simple. The only thing you have to do is just apply and just have a minimum of a 2.5, and also you have to have at least one or both your parents have to be deceased.
See, I would have qualified in school, a 2.5. Listen, but this is what I love. You're making it accessible.
That's right.
All you have to do is do the work. That's what I tell people. Everybody wants something handed to them, but you have to do the work. And if you do the work, it's going to be able to pay off for you, and you will be able to get the opportunity for this scholarship. Let me ask this question, because when we think about it and thinking about your mom, and you're doing the scholarship benefit, you got your sisters going, you're in college, you got your church work happening and everything. And shout out to your church and your pastor. Let's celebrate them on this morning.
I said
Victory, come on at Tabernacle, where Rocky stands on the front row of the choir and sing that good tenor, singing them down like never before in a mighty way. But what gives you the strength to continue to do it? And I think I really want to bring this home for all of the viewers when we talk about the impossible becoming possible. Rocky, you could have broken down. You could have had a pity party. You could be like some people do on Facebook, and this is not, and just go straight into like, just stay in this pity mode, missing your mom. And here's the thing, we know you miss your mom. We know you miss her, and it cannot be replaced. Nobody can imagine the pain, because your pain is going to be different from anyone else's pain. But you keep going and you keep doing it. Why?
The faith. Faith, church, prayer life, like I said, worship. That's the only way I would have got through it. And I kept saying, I tell the story all the time, I never knew why my life went the way it went until she passed. And that's when I said, I see why I had to go to church when everybody else didn't have to go to church. I saw when I couldn't go to the parties and everybody else wanted to go, but I understood why God was doing the things that he was doing.
That's it.
And it took her passing for me to actually open up my eyes and say, this is why it happened the way it did.
Wow.
And I was so grateful that I took advantage of my prayer life. I'm glad that I was able to be raised up in the church. I was glad that I was able to have my own relationship with God, because it's different from you having a relationship just because you go to church and just because your parents have a relationship.
Exactly.
But it takes your own personal relationship to get through things like that.
And the thing about it is that as you're speaking, it just dawned to me the verse that says, I reckon that the sufferings of this present time. So when you lost your mom, didn't know that it was going to be, that was even going to happen. And you couldn't understand where my life is going to go or what's going to take place. But the Bible teaches us that I reckon that the sufferings of this present time cannot compare to the glory which shall be revealed. And it's going to be revealed, but in the midst of it being revealed, you got to stay faithful. You got to stay patient. You got to wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and he shall direct and strengthen your heart. That's what he'll do. All right, so April 22nd.
April 22nd.
Kingdom Life.
Kingdom Life Ministries.
Shout out to Pastor Jimmy Rosen, my boy, man. Love him so much. An awesome ministry over there. But we're going to be at Kingdom Life, and you're going to be there on April 22nd. And I love this because even though you're a member of Victory, to see how churches are coming together in the community, and shout out to the Orangeburg community and all of my viewers over there. Good morning to all of you. So April 22nd, Jonathan Nelson is going to be in the house, and Miranda,
Willis,
Ladessa, all of them are going to be there. So it's going to be a great night, and we're looking for God to do some great things. And at the end of the day, it's about scholarship and Jesus. So he's going to give you the Jesus part. He's bringing the Jesus. You need to bring the money. We need your money. Where can they purchase tickets in advance? Can they do that?
Yes, they can get tickets from advance. First, they can call number 803-262-9440. And if you're in the Orangeburg area, you can get tickets from Al's Barbershop, Jones Insurance, and also Glover's Funeral Home.
Listen, so you can go get those tickets, and there, as you're getting your tickets, stop by, what's the name of my good restaurant? Brown Derby. Stop by the Brown Derby, get you a plate after, y'all know about the Brown Derby, get you a plate after you get your tickets, and that's just your pre-concert, the concert before the concert. But listen, man, we love what you're doing, definitely going to support. Listen, go follow him, he's on Facebook, and listen, remember that the impossible can always become possible. Now, one thing about it is sometimes you get to a situation, you get to a place where you get stuck and you think that the impossible will never become possible. But guess who's in the house? The doctor. Y'all know I get excited. Dr. Miller is in the house, and she's going to help us on this morning get on our mark, getting set, and we're about to go. Your coffee cups are up, your pinkies are out, you're getting ready for church, and we'll be back on the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Good morning.
Jeffrey Lampkin.
Kennan & Graves is a proud sponsor of the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Located at 1837 Wilson Road in Newberry, Kennan & Graves has the perfect certified used car for you. Their extensive inventory has something in every price range, and they can get everyone financed, regardless of credit. All cars come with a warranty to give you the peace of mind you deserve. Come see Steve and Reggie and find your new car at Kennan & Graves.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Listen, put your coffee cups down, sit down around the television. It's teaching time. It's learning time. It's time for therapy, and I'm excited because our residential doctor is in the house. Y'all, I love her so much, and you all do as well. Thank you so much for all of your feedback. Keep sending me your feedback, thejeffreylampkinshow@gmail.com. Hit me up on Facebook. If you see me in the street, don't be afraid to talk to me, which you all do, and that's how I'm finding out how many of you are loving Dr. Markeisha Miller. Good morning, my love.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great.
She's back, y'all. She took a trip to Canada, honey. She was on the road working.
Bless the USA.
God bless the USA. It's good to be home.
Yes, it
you want to
is.
click your heels like Dorothy.
Yes,
but we thank God that he even gives you opportunity and chances that you're able to go.
Absolutely.
And you're able to be who you are.
There you go.
And that's what we're going to talk about this morning.
There we go. Being authentic.
That's it.
Yes.
Being authentic. What does that look like? Because y'all, you know, I'm your voice. So as we're sitting there, I'm your voice, but Jeffrey is also going to talk from his perspective. So we talk about being authentic. People be like, yo, keep it 100. Or, you know, I be trying to say it in the thug slang way, but I can't. So it's like, keep it 100, whatever. I can't get it. But, you know, people are always saying, be real, be you.
There you go.
I just think that everybody hollers, be real. But people are not real.
You know, it's so much easier said than done. You know, and when I talk about being authentic, this is like the definition that I like to give people. Authenticity is defined as one's bare soul, one's ability to be vulnerable. Okay. To bear that true self. Now, this is what I like to encourage people to do. If you can imagine waking up and you couldn't be Jeffrey, let's say you had to be someone else. Okay. what would that feel like for you?
Scary.
There you go.
Scary. Because I really do love me. I really
There you go.
do.
But you've got to go around and you've got to portray someone else.
Yeah.
And that puts people, and that's where we run to that blockage when we have to deny that ability to be authentic. I cannot be my true self. I cannot be who I am, who I was born to be, who I was purposed to be. Okay? And so I love the word scary because you're right.
Yeah.
That's what so many people feel. It's kind of like when I was in Canada, it was scary for me because it seemed dark. I didn't know anything.
Unfamiliar.
Very unfamiliar. I couldn't have the food that I enjoyed, like what I wanted to eat.
Yeah.
And so it puts you kind of like in this block of confusion. So that's what I like to compare it to for people. Imagine having to wake up and you could no longer be that person that you were born into.
That person that you really want to be. But let me ask this question, because a lot of times we'll say, well, I'm doing me. I'm being me, and I don't care what anyone else says. Do you? And I will say that to a degree, we do us. But then to a major degree, I think that really, I would maybe give it 50, 60% of the time, people do us. And you can tell me if I'm wrong. This is what I'm thinking in my head. 50 or 60% of the time, people do them. But really, there's like half the time people really do what other people want them to do, or what they believe is going to be accepted
There you go.
by other people.
There you go.
Why? I'm getting in patient mode. Let me get in patient mode.
And that's truly where it is, because when you said that, I'm doing me, but my follow-up question is, according to who? Okay, because what it becomes is, and I think you're right, you know, who's going to accept me? Who's going to reject me? And that, as people, we live off of this idea of validation. You and I have talked about that before. People have a natural instinct to want to be validated.
Correct.
And so if I feel like, if I'm sitting in a boardroom, and I love soul food. I grew up in the country. I love soul food. But I happen to work in a corporation where that may be frowned upon. And I can't eat those types of things when I'm around those particular colleagues or coworkers. Am I really doing me? Or am I doing what's going to be accepted where I am right now? And so people have to be really careful when they talk about I'm being 100 or I'm keeping it real.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because society sets us up on so many levels to say who we should be, who we shouldn't be, what we can do, what we can't do.
But why do we listen? That's what I don't understand. Why? If society is setting me up, why am I listening to you all? And when I say you all, remember again, I'm not attacking y'all. I'm just talking. Why am I listening to people?
Because.
Why can't I just live and be me? If I want to sit at a table by myself, and I want to have ribs, and I want to have a burger, and I want to have a steak, all in one setting, why can't I do it and not worry about if someone is going to judge me from across the room?
There you go, because you know people are looking, and we have this mental instinct. It's there, and you know the interesting thing is I hear people all the time say, "I don't care what anybody else thinks about me," but that is so untrue.
That is very untrue.
That is so untrue.
People say that all the time. That's not true.
Exactly.
You do care.
Absolutely, you care. But thing is, I think that people get into this vibe zone that we cannot shake the idea of acceptance, and we can't shake the idea of being accepted by society. Society has conformed it that way.
Right.
There's nothing that we can do about it. Earlier, I was having a conversation about this whole idea about there's some people who don't want to be married, okay? But they get married because society says that at a certain age,
you're supposed to be married.
There you go.
And in order for you to hold certain positions, because think about it, would you elect a president of the United States who does not have a first lady?
There you go.
That is single? Think about it. If we when we talk about pastors, you know, people want pastors who are married.
Yep.
They don't go for the ones who are single. And
There
if
you
they're
go.
single, well, why he ain't married yet?
There you go.
And then, you know, if he is married, like the man, in order for him to get married, he has to do what? Date.
Yes.
But if he's dating, then he becomes so many other things.
There you go.
All because he's doing what he needs to do as a man. And so we're concerned about, it's just like, oh, it's too much. It's so much going on. Why do we care?
But you know what we have to do, though? And here's the thing. When we start to denying ourselves the ability to be authentic, number one, you're robbing yourself, because you'll never reach that true ability to be confident in yourself. If you have to walk around and you have to portray someone else, you're never capturing the true Jeffrey.
Exactly.
Like, no one ever gets to know who you are and what you portray. So you deny yourself confidence, but at the same time, you're not living.
Wow.
Like, you're just spending your time here and you're not portraying that true self.
And operating in a shadow.
Absolutely.
Instead of really living in the full void of, form of who you are.
Yes.
I was recently talking to two people who are really close in my life, and both of them, you know, I made agreements with them that we're going to be at a place where we're just going to, when it's us, because you have to be so many things for so many people in the world.
Yes.
When it's just us, we're going to be who we are.
Yes.
And that's just it.
Yes.
We're going to be that. Because
Yes.
if you try, you have to be so much for everyone
There you go.
else.
There
So
you go.
what does one do? Like, let me get someone who mind is wrapped around validation, because this is the thing. This came from honey, I'm noticing the progression. We talked about validation last
Yes, we
time,
did.
and the need for validation from people. So
Yep.
what do we do for those of us who just like got to have this insane amount of validation from people in order to live our lives?
You know where that stems from?
Where is
that inner conflict.
Okay.
Usually when people who are seeking a lot of validation, it's because there's something inside of you that's not quite gotten that sense of emerging.
Okay.
And you're not very comfortable with it. So you need other people to kind of give you that push, that okay, kind of like that check mark.
Right.
And so I think the first thing that people have to do is overcoming that conflict, that internal conflict with self, whatever it may be, you know? Because I think when you're able to do that, then you don't care about the acceptance or the rejection.
Right.
You just care about the fact that I am being true to me, I'm being true to who I am, and I'm living. And it's okay because I like it. It works for me. It helps me to evolve in my place. And that's what it's about.
Being accepted.
Absolutely.
And the funny thing about it is that we're so in need of validation and acceptance from
Yes.
people. And I really think, do you think social media has played a big part in this need to be accepted?
Yeah.
Because you know how we sit and it's like we post a picture to Facebook.
We hope somebody likes it.
Hope someone likes it. Now we got the love button, so it's like we hope someone loves it, and then we're constantly going back and looking to see who liked it and who didn't. Then if somebody doesn't like it, well, I wonder why they didn't like it. I know they on Facebook, and I saw that they liked somebody else's stuff, so why didn't they like this? And we go through this, but that has to be bad for us psychologically.
It is. It causes depression. There's a linkage of research that talks about how social media has a huge impact on the rates of depression.
Okay.
Absolutely. I have had individuals who've come to me, and I've actually encouraged them, take some time from social media, because when you're constantly sitting there and you're posting things and you're making these quotes and you're not getting the response that you hope for, it does cause you to question some things.
It does, and
You know?
and I'll be transparent. Like, there have been times where I put great quotes, like something to drop. The Lord will clear as day speaks a quote to me, and I'm like, I share it. But because then this is where and see, I have no problem with being transparent. The thing is that the Lord gave me the quote, I dropped it, put it on Facebook, but because the people didn't validate what the Lord gave to me, then I snatched the post down.
I shouldn't have put that up there.
I shouldn't have put that up there.
There you
But
go.
God told you to do it, so why won't you be obedient to God instead of being obedient to the people?
But here's the thing, though. You would be surprised how many people are not able to walk in their ability to be authentic, even in their spiritual life. Like, there are some people who, because I don't know how other people are going to receive, you know, my beliefs about God or how much I talk about God, so I'm just not going to say anything. I'm going to sit back and be quiet because I don't want to be seen as this person, you know. And so I think that there was an individual a couple of years ago who actually was really just torn between this idea of homosexuality and heterosexuality. And so the individual actually came out to me a couple of years ago, and her first response was, I was afraid of what you were going to say. And I said, well, what do you mean? Help me understand that. And she said, I didn't know how you would receive me. And so what I said to her is, I love you more now than I do then. Because now you're able to be your true self.
Free.
You're comfortable. Liberation.
Yes.
It's something about it.
Yes.
And so I think that who would want to force someone into a shell, close the lid down in that darkness, and never allow someone to live? That's what happens when you deny someone the ability to be authentic.
So, okay, being authentic, real quick. I know we got to go, but real quick, being authentic. What are just 3 quick things right now in your mind that we can do for those who, when we really say, I want to be real, how can I practice being real?
First,
and I know people are going to be like, you can't practice that, but I'm serious. Like,
yes,
you have to get in the routine of, let me be real. Let me stop being fake.
Yes.
Let me be truly who God created me to be. I am who I am. So how can I be real?
First comes the mental change, then comes the action. And so the first thing is, if you're in the daily action of saying, oh, I keep it 100, I'm keeping it real, what does that mean?
Right.
Okay, so that becomes the second thing. I need for you to think about, what does that really mean? And am I truly keeping it 100? Am I the same person in the dark that I portray in the light?
Ooh,
Okay.
I'm going to post that on Facebook. Am I the same person in the dark that I portray in the light? Everybody, I want to say that one. Am I the same person in the dark that I portray in the light?
Yep.
Wow.
And when you take that, if you can truly walk out of that and say, yes, I am, then you're truly walking in your authentic self. You're on that road. But if you say, no, I'm not, because when those lights come on, I got to get fully dressed. If that is what you're saying, then we need to do some work on helping you become that authentic self.
And listen, Dr. Miller is always available.
Yes,
for
I
work.
am.
She is always available. Listen, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to walk into your inner self, to become healthy, to become whole, to become complete. Dr. Miller, listen, thank you so much. You are so amazing.
Always a pleasure.
Keep it right here. Some final thoughts are coming on the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Your coffee cups are up. Your pinkies are out. Go ahead and shift your wig. Now you can get up and finish getting dressed for church. It's going to be a great day. Good morning.
Jeffrey Lampkin.
Kennan and Graves is a proud sponsor of the Jeffrey Lampkin Show. Located at 1837 Wilson Road in Newberry, Kennan and Graves has the perfect certified used car for you. Their extensive inventory has something in every price range, and they can get everyone financed, regardless of credit. All cars come with a warranty to give you the peace of mind you deserve. Come see Steve and Reggie and find your new car at Kennan and Graves.
Wow, what an amazing show. Y'all, I have an absolute ball coming to you every Sunday morning. Listen, make sure that you go and support Rocky Simmons and the Impossible Scholarship Fund. Want to go ahead and make an announcement right here. Coming up April 17th, it is happening. That's Sunday, 4 p.m. Francis Marion University Spring Concert Time is here. Jesus Culture, one sound, one song, 2 voices. It's coming together. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and I'm excited about it. So make sure it's free. So you need to come. You need to be a part of that. So that's going to be on April 17th, and of course, the Impossible Scholarship Fund in Orangeburg, South Carolina on April 22nd. Listen, have an amazing day. I hope this pollen gets better for you all, and you won't have to deal with it forever and always. But your coffee cups are up, your pinkies are out, and you've been lamped. Good morning.
Everybody get up. Say what? Everybody get up. Come on. Motivation, inspiration, educated new revelation. Entertainment just for you. Smiling out 'cause God loves you. Jeffrey Lampkin. Somebody turn the lamp on.